Hello everybody, this is the General. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a secret hidden vault with 4 doors. Let's take a look at the one I have set up in my own home, in my own world, and how I did it. So here, you put the lever on the left side. You can put it anywhere really, but let's look. There's an even spacing of timing between the doors opening, and there you go. Simple. 4 doors opening, hidden in the wall. Let's take a look at the inner workings of it. So I need to go in here, and as you can tell, it's quite messy, very messy. There's this roof, well, the floor of the floor above. Wow, words. So as you can tell, there's a lot of wiring going back and forth. I'll show you in a bit how it all comes together. You can't even see the bottom layer here, and I'm afraid to break anything, so let's leave it at that and show you in a creative world. So here we are. This is the setup for it. I decided to pretty up the walls a little bit. You can dress it however you want, of course, but that's how I decided to do it, and that's what it will look like when the doors are closed. Completely hidden. No one will ever know. Keep in mind though, the piston is right above, so if you break this block right here, you're going to see the piston, so you might want to use some design to cover that up. Same for the bottom, of course. Now let's take a look at how you send a signal through. I decided just to do it in the corner here for a lever. You can do whoever hookup you want, and have like maybe a hopper around the ground you can throw items into, or any other way. But this is just for demonstration, so let's go with it. You send a signal through, and you have to invert it. That's why you use the torch, and then you just place redstone below, and the redstone torch will power the redstone. Send it down and around and face it against the first piston. I'm going to use an 8-tick delay on each side of the piston. Now keep in mind, you can't send a signal straight through the piston. The signal does not carry through. It's not a full block, so you have to do it on the block below. As I said, 8 ticks. That's 8. Perfect. I'm going to follow it through, and it'll come back around. 8 ticks still. We'll just make a little U-turn and send it straight back. Perfect, that's that side done. Let's go over to the other side. It will be equally simple. Just carry on from the last time. Face it not that way, but this way. There we go. And we'll set it to 8 ticks. Make a U-turn just like on the other side and send it back. Just like that, perfect. Then the signal comes back. Put an extra repeater here so it doesn't connect up to the other, oops, mouse sensitivity. So it doesn't connect up to the redstone dust. And then you just swing it back around just like every other turn, and there you go. All 4 pistons powered, and the bottom is done. Now the top is a bit more difficult to make work right. I'll show you why. If you want to skip directly to the rest of the building, I'll leave an annotation. But if you want to see me explain why certain ways of doing it won't work, then pay attention. Alright, as I mentioned, you can't pass the signal through a piston, so the first setup here is not going to work. Let me unpower it, and you'll see it'll power the first piston, of course, but the signal will not carry through to the other side. So you can't do it this way. And you can't put anything on top of the piston, so you'll have to do it differently. What if you pass it through a block on top, like the bottom? Well, the problem is an interference happens between the two first pistons, and both of them will be activated, and that will just not work. I don't know why it does this, but that's what it does. Now the third one that is set up here, you can see a bunch of repeaters going over top and then splitting the streams down to each individual piston. This is ultimately the kind of design we're going for, but let's see. It should work perfectly fine. One by the other, perfect. Let's turn it off. Go look at the top. All you do is just carry the signal up. You send it through the first set of repeaters and split it off to hit the first piston. Just like so. And the signal goes over through those pistons, split them off, U-turn, and down to the second piston. And this pattern basically repeats itself until you reach the end. You can have however many doors you want. You can make like quintuple or octuple, whatever, however many you want. I had problems with two of the pistons in the middle being extending at the same time. With this design, I don't know why. I set it up slightly different than the setup right here, but somehow I don't trust the design enough to make it the one I choose. Now the last setup here is the one I am actually going to build. There's no real reason to demonstrate it here. We're going to build it together and we'll show what it looks like. Now there's two ways of carrying the signal upwards. I'm sure there's more, but two good ways. The one is just make a spiral staircase for the redstone dust, which is the one I'm going to use. The other one is by the redstone torch trick, like so, invert and so on. But the problem with that is the torches has like a tick delay, which interferes with the timing and it gets a little messy. So we're gonna go with the first option. And let's get straight to it. I'm just going to send a signal up, as I said, in a staircase. You can do it however you want. This is just for demonstration purposes. So don't pay too much attention to the actual placement. I'll take the stream here. Point it straight at the first piston. Oh, misplaced. There we go. Put the rest of that in. We'll point it straight at the piston. We'll go 2 repeaters right here. And we'll put a redstone dust next to it. The reason we do this on the first piston is because you have to divert the signal around. You see, you can't carry it through the piston. And that block right there is what will actually power the piston. And not this one because it will turn right. So you go over, you put 2 repeaters right here, like so. It takes like the rest. Very simple. Now you have to split the stream, so to speak. We'll take it down here, and we'll split it in the middle. One signal will go up and over, and the other will go to the piston. You see here, there's going to be 2 repeaters right there. Same delay, and now that's powered. To get the signal to the other side again, you have to go over. So we go up, and just go straight above the line we made. Put some redstone dust there, and build over. Let's start from here. We'll use 4 repeaters with max delay, so that's 16. Which is 8 on each side of piston. So trust me, it makes sense. And now we have to take it down to the next piston. It's the same all over again. 2 repeaters right next to the piston. 8 tick delay. And yeah, just continue from there. Take the signal right down. And here I'm figuring use slabs. Not like that. That's bad placement. Try again. Right at the top there and over. The reason I do that is so you can send the signal both ways without taking up too much space. And the same again over the next piston. It's going to be the last you will need. 4 repeaters just like the other one. There we go. Now you have to point it, take it down here, and you point it straight at the last piston. It's the exact same pattern over and over again. So you can repeat this as many times as you want. Now, oh, change my mind. Let's just do this. We'll swing it around. And there we go. You can, of course, avert the stream in many different ways. But that's it. Well, let's check if it works. Crossing fingers. Let's see. Yes. Good. Great. And perfect. They all open at the same time. And now you have a 4-door piston vault. Simple. You can hide it anywhere, any wall, any corner of the world where you want to hide things out of view. I use mine in my basement so I can hide all my goodies. So that's it. All you have to do now is cover up the top. Well, cover up the redstone somehow, whether it's in mountain or in any other beautiful form, but there you go. It's all done. I've been the General. Thank you all very, very much for watching. You have yourself a wonderful day at ease.